What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 6 of the Unassisted podcast. We're actually getting a few episodes out now, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this video is going to be about being whether we're going to be natural for life and just talking about natural bodybuilding in terms of why you should stay natural and what to consider and like whether we want to do that. Because I think it's a good topic. And with that, we'll definitely delve into kind of like natural bodybuilders that took it very far and the reality of the sport and how you actually can level up and why you would want to stay natural and how we can inspire you to do that. And then also like if you did want to go assisted, when would you want to do that? Because it's worth talking about that as well, because some people will want to do that eventually. But yeah, first and foremost, Elliot, how are things? How was prep? Are you on a high day or are you not this time?
No, yeah, I think this is the first episode where I'm not on a high day. I'm actually on my normal baseline diet. So,
That's good.
yeah,
I like to hear
yeah,
it because I'm
yeah,
still no high days my end.
yeah. So yeah, man, I'm feeling good. I was actually really beaten up from our session.
Oh, really? Like,
Yeah, man, because that's like the first pull session that I've done in a very long time. Just the amount of volume in
yeah,
that
I
one
feel bad
session.
now.
Like, and I was holding water for like, I was holding so much water for a couple of days. I could feel it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but that's dropped off, and yeah, things are going smoothly, man. So
Was performance affected or were you all right?
I took an extra rest day. Um, but then after that, I was fine. Like I just got back to, and I'd actually done my first pull day on my own today. It was just a little bit less volume than what we done together, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
So
nice. That's good. I would have felt bad if I've ruined your performance retention.
no, we're
But
all
you,
good.
you doing a barbell row? Was your lower back like extra sore or was that all
It
right?
was more like
Your
I just,
lats?
yeah, like all over really. And it was just that feeling of just, you feel like you've just been hit by a car, just that whole like systemic, just
Yeah, I,
you're
I was pretty
battered.
mashed to be fair, but it all went south for me because I was at that I was at the show and then I drove back three hours Sunday night to get home. Got like 7 hours sleep, maybe a bit under that. Got up, went to train upper in the morning, a little bit sore around my hips, but I was all right just because of the hinge and driving. And then I sat up on that lat pull down and then it snapped mid set.
Wow.
Did you have you not seen it on my Instagram? Maybe you missed it.
No.
Yeah, like the whole machine snapped. Flew back and have like was so sore for like a day around my hips. I was like in
Oh
pain.
wow.
I was in like actual pain. And I was worried about I was gonna train legs and I was like, oh, legs is gonna be ruined. Somehow once I trained legs, it like cured it weirdly and I was fine, but I was really worried. And then everything's been okay performance wise, but yeah, I was like basically injured. I felt injured. I'll show you. Wait. Um, yeah, yeah. This is what happened. Hold on. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Yeah. 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 It's bad.
Wow.
Someone said I'm lucky that there wasn't like a bar in the. If there wasn't a gap in between, I would have smacked my head. So yeah, that ruined me. Like, and also the adrenaline in the session, I was just mashed from it. So yeah, that was tough, but we got through it. So yeah.
Did Nathaniel make you pay for the kit?
No, he fixed it. I think he felt like he was pretty sound to be fair. I think he knew that the belt was a bit weak or something, and he was like he fixed it like straight away, and he was like it shouldn't break
Mm.
now. But I'm kind of scared to. I think I'm just gonna do pull ups, like this just body weight pull ups to failure for free sets from now on, because
Yeah,
it's so much easier. Like I just because I'd just rather avoid having to pin something
that's what I was
like
gonna
that.
say. I'm really hesitant to use gym pins now.
Yeah,
If you think about it, it's actually so sketchy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is a lot of the
Just
time.
so
Yeah.
sketchy. But
Hmm. Yeah, I get worried with the leg extensions, and then the pin like bends a bit over time. It's just falling out mid set, and then you can feel like sometimes you're doing the weight, and it just feels like it's not holding right. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, it's tough, but yeah, we got through that anyway. So yeah.
Fair enough, man. Yeah, but aside from that, like, yeah, prep has been all good. I haven't seen a new low since last week, but I feel like I'm just looking better and better. My body weight is now just slowly coming back down after those high days I had when we
Mm.
trained together. Um, but yeah, like it's good. I was really happy with the shots that I took yesterday post legs. Just I can actually start to see now the detail through my glutes, and I can see that I'm capable of getting the detail that I want.
Mm.
It's just a little bit more time, but
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
can see that the potential is there to get what I want. So yeah,
Yeah, man.
man.
Yeah, it's exciting. Definitely. Yeah, it's good.
How about uh how about yourself? You're now 17 weeks out, isn't it?
I think so. Something like that. Yeah, I never
17.
really. I think it's around that 17 weeks from the WBF UK. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good, especially today. Feeling very excited for this year. Because yeah, today was good. So I trained with Marcus, who is from Germany, and in my head, he's been like my biggest competition this year that I know of, and like he's one of those people that like, I see his updates, and I'm like, this guy's crazy. Like this guy looks really good. Like the sort of person updates you like, oh shit. And I feel like I'm confident in myself with my physique, but I'm not good at like understanding what other physiques that are like equal to me look like. Does that make sense? So
Mm.
people could be, I think they look crazy, but I'm like, oh, I don't know if I look as good as this guy and sort of thing. We posed together, and it was close. Like it was a really good battle. Like it was really close. Like I can't really tell you who won. It's a bit like, but we have very similar physiques as well. It is literally like maybe like equal amount of supposes going to each side, and that just got me really excited because I will be happy getting like second at top pro shows this year. I want to win a pro show 100%, but like I would be happy like getting a very close, like nearly coming first sort of thing, and just battling it out with like top pros and being in that mix. And I now know that I can be in that mix and be at the top in the top kind of level in it, which before I was a bit unsure. But I feel like that showed me today what I'm really bringing, and that's got me just so excited for it. Like I'm just so excited to present a physique at that level, and it's giving me a bit more confidence. But yeah, this podcast will probably be out after the video potentially gets released that we filmed today. So people will see us posing together anyways, which will be pretty cool. But yeah, he looks crazy, crazy good. He's actually doing men's physique, classic, and bodybuilding NPC in like 2 weeks' time. So he's a little bit leaner than I am. He's 79 kilos, I'm 81. We're like the same height, exact same height. And
God.
I feel like if I was 79 kilos, I'd be in similar condition to him. I think maybe he's a little bit, maybe his stage rate will be a little bit heavier than mine, maybe potentially, like a tiny bit. Um, but very similar. Yeah. So yeah, it was close.
Has he competed in the pro ranks yet? 'Cause
No, no, no.
obviously,
So it's both our pro debuts, but he turned pro in
um,
2021 and he took a 3 year off season and he improved a
wow.
lot, to be fair to him. Like he improved a lot. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll get up.
Yeah, show his page. Because
Yeah,
I
because
remember him. Yeah, he
he
was
posted
literally,
a crazy round of posing on his Instagram with Daniel Kubik, his coach. And I saw it, I was like, oh shit. Because he looked crazy and I mean he does look crazy, but yeah, I posed with him and it looked very comparable in terms of size and yeah, he's a little bit leaner, but so yeah, this is him. Like I think this is really recent, especially based on how he looks compared to today. Yeah, he does look really good. His vascularity around his arms is just wild.
it's actually crazy seeing him now because this is actually the first time I've seen his physique since 2021. He was, it was my first season in bodybuilding, and he'd won the overall, and he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
junior.
As a
This
junior,
is
he
literally
smokes
the
it
first
really.
time I've seen his physique since then. Like,
Oh, you haven't seen him at all? Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
no, like
Yeah,
what the maturity is crazy. Over 3 years. It's
yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah. The delts,
and his legs as well.
his
Jesus,
legs have
man.
come up a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because I don't remember his legs being that strong. So fair
yeah.
play to him.
But just to be like really battling it out with him, and like honestly, that's what it was like. Like him, he was like, that was sick. Like that was so close. This is gonna be some battle. Like he didn't really know who won. He was like, you won some of the poses. Like for him to say that and for him to look like this, it's made me really happy because it kind of, I guess it kind of, that perspective fixes my body dysmorphia because I can look at him and I'm like, oh, actually, that's the standard I'm at because, which is cool. But yeah, it's really, really motivated me though because like we're so close that every percent matters and it's like every set, like every what it's going to come down to in my eyes is the prep, like his prep versus my
Mm,
prep, like who holds the most muscle, who peaks the best. Like those things are going to make a difference when it's this close, you know? Like if he loses more muscle than I do, if I lose more, then that's like who's going to give one of us the edge. So I'm just thinking I need to nail my sleep now and even more, or I need to like every set I'm going into, I'm like, this matters so much, like because it does.
yeah.
Um, because there's someone that's literally that close to me, and I think he's at the top. So it's like just that, I would love to have a really cool top two battle on a stage, like in a pro class. Like that would be the dream, just like this crazy battle which people are really enjoying watching. Yeah.
Do you feel like your mentality since turning pro or being around a lot more pros and comparing your physique to pros has changed, or is it still kind of exactly the same?
Oh, it's changed massively. Yeah. I put less pressure on myself. I put less pressure on myself now. I feel like I'm a lot more mature in terms of managing my expectations and just doing it for different reasons. Because like when you're amateur and you want to turn pro, it's like you want to turn pro sort of thing, and it's like,
Mm.
especially for how long I'd been competing at that point, I was like, really need to turn pro now. Because if you don't, then you got to do it again. And it's like it's quite a long-winded process sometimes, you know. Whereas now I'm a pro and it's like it's my first pro season. It's like I can't. I'll be stupid to be going in like saying, "Oh, I'm coming to win all the shows and stuff." Like I've never
Yeah,
even done a pro show before. um,
yeah.
like I'm just gonna do it, enjoy it, really enjoy the moment, and see where the cards fall. But I know within my physique that it's a top pro physique now, and that's cool. But like the main thing is just being well respected as a pro, like and being in the mix and having these really exciting battles on stage and like getting the first call out, being in the center or being next to the center and just being appreciated. That's what I want. I don't want to be on the outskirts, but as long as that happens, then I'm happy, as long as I'm in the mix and bringing something I'm really proud of. But yeah, I used to put a lot of pressure on myself, 100%. Yeah.
The standard is just so high at sort of a lot of these pro shows, and just as an example, obviously the one that I think it was Julian and Daniel Kubik and Kif and Ben Lloyd, I think, were in like a
Yeah.
lineup, I
At
think, at
MBF, yeah,
the
that was crazy.
AMBF. And it's like literally the difference there is, like you said, just how the prep has potentially gone and just like peaking. Like if someone's just slightly off, that makes a huge difference when you've got physiques at that level
Mm.
on stage together. Yeah, it's crazy. But which I guess they would also make winning that much sweeter.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, yeah,
definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
I mean, the
amazing.
dream of mine is to have that sword at
Yeah.
MBF one day or something like that. That's just so cool. He was telling me to do the Iron Valhalla the day after. He wants me to come to do the WBF Germany Iron Valhalla because it's literally the day after. It's like an hour and a half drive from where the AMBF held the next day.
Not bad.
So I might do it. You get a hammer at that one. So it's sword and a hammer coming. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. No, nice man. Yeah, that's amazing. That's inspired me to be honest. That's what I want to be in the mix, man. I do feel like I'm it's hard to say because you never know who's going to show up. I feel like I'm knocking on the door, um, but it's just hard to say. I do feel like I'm in that mode of like I want that pro card now. I want to like get to that level.
Yeah.
But you never know who's going to show. You never know how the cards are going to fall.
Yeah, of
So, yeah,
course. Yeah, it makes sense.
but yeah,
Yeah.
man.
But yeah, I think it will come eventually. I mean, it's nice once you get it because you can take a couple of years off and just be like, I'm a pro now, I'm just going to improve, and then you come back, sort of thing. Yeah. Well, I think you should just keep gunning until you get it, like this year or next year.
Yeah,
That's what I would do. Like maybe you do the early shows this year, then reverse up, grow, prep again for next year, chase the pro card next year, or you go for it, something like that. Just yeah, just get after it because you're at that
keep
level,
knocking
man.
on.
Like definitely. Anyway, so this whole topic that the podcast is about has been done. We haven't spoke about it yet. Although, within that topic, I guess it did prompt my thought because I was chatting to Marcus and he was telling me like about some of the German naturals that have gone assisted now, like Julian,
Yeah.
Fabian. Have you seen Fabian? You know,
No.
so he went. Yeah, he's a very good natural. He went assisted and he went into prep. Looks really good. Um, and Patrick Touche, obviously, he's
It's crazy.
yeah. But like all these guys, they've really earned the right. Like they've got loads of muscle naturally, and I think they have the kind of confidence that they go assisted top naturals. They're probably going to like a very high level, and I think that's the key thing. Is like if you're thinking about going assisted and you're unsure whether it's worth it for you, like at least tap into your natural potential first and see that and use it as a guide. Because if you're a rubbish natural bodybuilder, there's no point taking steroids to go to the Olympia. Like,
Yeah.
and obviously I respect anyone that goes assisted and they have their reasons, but in my eyes, I think for me, I would only want to go assisted if I knew I was going to the top level. Because what's the point otherwise? Um, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Would you be happy just being like a good assisted athlete, but like I don't know, just doing PCA and never getting a
Yeah.
pro card, or I don't know, even maybe getting a pro card, but just being like a really average pro? Like, would you, for you,
That's
would
the
you?
thing. That's the thing. I'd obviously want to do really well. I think as well, the deeper that you get into bodybuilding, the more you realize about like the downsides of being assisted and
Mm,
the level of commitment and the level of investment that that also takes.
yeah, yeah.
And if you're not going to be incredible, you gotta ask yourself, is it really worth it?
Mm,
Um, I also agree with you at the point where it's like you should spend time doing really well as a natural bodybuilder because you'll know how to diet. You would have pushed and I guess you'll know as well. You'll know when progress starts to slow down, when you feel like you could probably, I don't want to say speed things up, but just take your progress to another level. If you spent 10 years natural bodybuilding and you've gone through off seasons, you've dieted, you've been peeled, you've been peak body weight, you've done
mm,
that all, you
yeah,
understand how to manipulate your body weight and progress, then that makes more sense.
yeah. Mm,
I guess it kind of links in as well to that video you made with Nick Trigili, whatever his name is, when he was talking about how naturals can't get peeled. And it's like there's a lot of people with that mentality who are just jumping on steroids because they think that steroids are the answer to get
mm,
more peeled or more muscle or but
yeah,
yeah, I think you should push your limit first as a natural and see what potential you've got really.
yeah, 100%. That's it. And take your time with it. Like, I feel like you won't really know your potential until you've done like a good three long push-ups, really.
Yeah.
Like not one push-up isn't enough. Like at least a few to really see how it changes over time, because that first push-up, you're not gonna look crazy after one bulk. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, man. I think age as well is a big one. Like your mindset, if you're a 20-year-old natural right now, you might be thinking, so, oh, if I just go assisted, I know I've been natural bodybuilding for like 3 years, but if I go assisted, I'll just get massive. But then the way you think is going to be so different when you're, say, 27. And in terms of bodybuilding, you're still young. Like you're still really, really
Yeah.
young. And you've just put an extra 7 years on your back of bodybuilding. So like making that
Yeah.
decision a little bit too early is just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a little bit silly because the way you think will change so much as you get older.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
100%. Yeah, it's very,
yeah.
very true. I mean, something that I like, well, the biggest thing that really deters me from doing it is I watch certain individuals. I'm gonna like say certain names and stuff because I don't want to, I don't know, but like I see certain people that have been assisted and now they're like retiring from bodybuilding quite early. And I know for a fact the reason they're retiring is because they can't keep going and they don't want to do it. And when they say, "I've got family priorities," or you have these things that are like deeper to you now than competing, that's because of the steroids. Like that's the problem. If you weren't on steroids, then you'd be able to continue doing it because you're not risking your health and it's not taken away from like you're not thinking I'm being selfish because I need to prioritize my family, but I'm ruining my health or so anything like that. So it's
Yeah.
like a lot of a lot of these people, and then these people that are retiring, they talk about how hard it is for like certain people talk about like it's hard. They're trying to figure out their identity and they don't know like they struggle a bit, and it can sometimes be difficult for business if you just suddenly stop doing that for sure. And if they if you stay natural, then you don't have to worry about that. Like you can keep doing
Mm.
this when you're 40. And I think that's amazing. Like to not have to worry about retiring. And it's like you don't even need to say you're retiring. You can just take a 5 year off season and still give everything to it in the background and still be improving your physique and still getting better. Um,
Yeah.
like for example, I train 4 times a week now. Like I don't know, like I could be training 3 times a week and priority shift, but I could still be getting even better and doing better as a natural bodybuilder. And that's the beauty of it. It's like the longevity of it is so much better. Like you can just keep going. And um, if I had to give up bodybuilding, I would feel weird, so weird. Like
Mm.
especially if it was in like quite early on. Um, you know, like give up training and improving and just really enjoying that side of things. You know.
That's the thing, yeah, man. I mean, what a shame it would be if you made that decision and like you said, it resulted in you literally having to not just come off these drugs, but also actually stop making any sort of progress, stop
Mm,
doing the thing you love, which is training consistently, and
yeah.
yeah, just wouldn't be good. So yeah, man, it's definitely something that I think people need to think about a little bit more, that rather than just diving into it.
Yeah, I think they don't understand like the long term, like the inability to just keep moving forward and doing this for like 15 plus years. Because if you want to do that, then you got to stay natural or at least delay it. Like the only situation I see myself going assisted, and I really doubt it's going to happen, is near the end of my career. I'm like, right, I'm like 45, like genuinely, I'm 45, I've got nothing to lose. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Let's just see what it does. Because then if I take it and I don't know, God knows, I'm like a hyper responder and I blow up and I'm like, could be like a crazy classic physique confessor, like Brion is like in his 40s, you never know. Then I'll just stick around for a couple of years. If not, fine, I'll pack it up. But there's nothing to lose when you're like a little bit older and you've competed for 30 years and then you're not
Yeah,
worried about like, but that's the only scenario. Like, I think I want to be doing this through my 30s all the way to 40 beyond. So,
yeah, yeah. I definitely think being older, starting when you're older makes sense, to be honest, more so than just
yeah,
starting when you're 18 and just full boring it until you're like 35.
yeah.
Yeah,
So on that note, I figured it would be good to talk about like, well, just show people like what you can do in your 40s as an actual bodybuilder because people.
there's levels to it, man.
So like David K, how old is he? Do you know?
I don't, I don't want to offend him. I think he's literally like late 30s. I
Yeah,
think he's late 30s
yeah, maybe, but
currently. Um, yeah,
yeah,
what
he
a
probably is
physique.
late 30s, probably not 40, but like, as in I know he's been going doing this for a while, you know. Um, this is probably one of my favorite videos.
Mad.
Just the conditioning, and yeah, it's just crazy.
Can't be natural with that conditioning though, man. It's not possible. Yeah, crazy.
It's just insane. How long has he been training for? That's the key thing.
It's
A
got to be
long
like
time.
at least 2 decades. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
at least 2 decades.
And that's the key. It's like it takes time. It's just be patient. I think people don't have the patience. But like honestly, I think this is what it comes down to is like, are you in it for the journey or the physique? Like, are you doing it because you love training? Are you doing bodybuilding because you just fucking love training and leveling up? Or are you doing it because you want a crazy physique? Because if you're doing it because you love training, then why do you want to rush? I actually
Facts.
I actually like the steadiness of it, the like long term process, because I'm all here for turning up forever because I love turning up. So I'm never going to stop turning up. So then I'm not in a rush. I don't need to take steroids. I can just happily do this for 20 years because I love doing it, you know? So if you're someone that is like, oh, I want this physique, but like you're like, oh, I struggle to, that's crazy. I struggle to go to the gym, or like I've had people say this, like, you know, just worrying about how long they stay in the gym, or like, oh, I struggle to go because it's like a bit of a chore, but I really want this physique. It's like you need to shift your mentality. You need to shift it to think less about like the destination and more about like, actually, I just really enjoy the little details and each step at a time. And that's when you will then be like, you know what, I'll be doing this for 15 years and I don't need to take steroids. But like that's obviously the worst case scenario, when someone, you know, the stereotypical person just takes steroids because they just start getting into the gym and they don't even know how to track their food, and
Yeah,
they look up and they get information from someone at the gym, they take a cycle, and it's like that's just gonna be a shit show in a year. You're just not. It's just gonna
yeah.
have fallen apart. Yeah,
Man, that's so true though, what you said about the people who just love training and the process and people who just want, because I also think because of, I know it sounds cliche, but because of social media and also what can come from having a great physique and the opportunities that people seem to get with great physiques, I think people are just like, oh, that seems cool. Like I want to just do that. But they don't
yeah,
realize
yeah,
that there's a decade of training and like not missing behind that. And like you should look at the end of your day and be like, I'm happy because I've just nailed it. I nailed my meals.
mm,
I nailed my training. Training was so fun. I like gained some reps. I got closer to my ultimate goal. I pulled a bit more weight off the floor today. Like, and then you should wake up excited about the opportunity to do that again. Like, if you don't get that feeling, if it's just like, why don't I look like, why don't I look like Kiffy right now? When it's like, well, you Kivi hasn't. He probably didn't even think about that. He just thought about loving his training and just he just enjoyed it.
yeah,
Um. So
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it's an interesting one, man.
Mm, yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know. It's like just trying to force something on yourself if you don't want it enough and enjoy it. It's like people get into something and they're like, oh, I want to do this because it makes X amount of money. It's like you shouldn't be getting in a job because it pays well. You should be doing it because you enjoy the job. But like people do that, you
Yeah,
know, it's the same thing in bodybuilding. It's like people get in, try and force it on themselves because they want the physique. And then they take steroids and they just force everything on themselves instead of just letting it come to them and just, you know, growing a nice passion for training. Like, you know, with me, it was just training because of rugby and playing rugby. And I would just go to the school gym and it was the highlight of my day. Like just going, I was so excited every day to go to the gym after school in the school gym and just like blast music in there and no one was in there. And I'd just be metal plates doing barbell squats, just loving it. Like
yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
loved it from the get go. Yeah. But yeah, so like how did you get into training originally? What really built your passion?
When I was at uni, and I was looking to do something to supplement basketball. I was honestly just bored, and I was like, like what else can I do? Let me just. And also, I think I was already watching like a lot of YouTubers back then. I was watching like the Hodge twins. I was
I was watching the
watching
Hodge twins. Yeah,
Hodge twins. I was
yeah, that
watching
was class.
Physiques of Greatness, like Chris Jones. I was watching Buff Dudes. Like just a lot of fitness YouTubers. Like, let me just give this a go. Started out training in my uni dorm. So I wasn't like ridiculously young. I was like I was 19, and then joined the gym. And yeah, I was just. This is why I find it weird when people. Sometimes I do find it weird when people say, just remember to enjoy it because like not everyone does. I feel like I went into the gym and I was instantly just like obsessed with it.
Mm,
Like I was so weak though. Like I would see somebody press weights. I'd see someone press like the 25s. I'd be like, oh my God, I need to be able to do that. And I'd chase it. I'd literally just be obsessed with just getting better. And I just enjoyed that feeling. It wasn't
yeah,
like I had to read a post on Instagram where someone said, remember to enjoy it. Like I just kind of did. It wasn't like,
yeah.
it wasn't forced. And then over time, everything just improved.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting you said about seeing people lift. Like I remember when I was young, like seeing someone bench 4 plates and just being like, "What? That's how is someone doing that? That's insane! Like, how is that doable? I want to do that one day, sort of thing." And
Yeah.
someone deadlifting 5 plates and just seeing these things and just thinking like, "That is insane." Um, 10 years ago, and yeah, just I think that really got me excited for just chasing down goals with training. I was always just like wanting to be strong in the gym. I think that's like the biggest thing around it is just like loving being stronger in the gym. The bodybuilding is a bit of a side thing from that process. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, man. I also like, I didn't look at a physique or somebody lifting a certain amount of weight and go, oh, he's just on gear, so I'll never be able to do that.
Yeah.
I never looked at someone and done that. I was
Yeah.
always just like,
100%. Yeah.
that is
I
so
didn't,
cool.
yeah.
Like, I want to be able to do that. Like, I'm gonna chase that down. There was never any like envy of, oh, he's on gear. It's just fake natty. It was just never that.
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I was the same. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, do you think you ever go assisted? No.
I don't think so, man. This is
No.
something that I've thought about, obviously.
If you did, would you do classic or would you just go full send bodybuilder?
Classic. I wouldn't be, yeah. Because my reason for not going assisted is more so to do with
Health.
the health side of things.
So yeah, you wouldn't want to fuck the health too far.
I value other things in my life too much, man. There's just other things that I value about life. Um,
Yeah.
Me also, and also realistically, if I wanted to be an open bodybuilder, I'd probably have to get to like 400 pounds in the bloody off season. At like 6'3", I'd have to get so heavy. It's
Yeah.
just
Wouldn't be very
rest is
safe.
just not very safe, man. I think it's the weight which is like the
Yeah.
main danger.
Yeah, because your heart can't really grow with your size.
Yeah, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. So yeah, no, I don't think so, man. Unless I have like an epiphany when I'm in like my mid-30s. I'm like, do you know what? Maybe I should do this. I doubt it though. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair. Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah. It is hard sometimes when I see these naturals now. Like I'm like, oh man, they're growing so much. It's crazy. Like
yeah,
Julian is growing so much. Like that guy's have you seen his updates recently?
I haven't actually. Let's show him. Let's get a look. Let's get a look at Julian.
Yeah, well, let me
But he was already nailing it, and he's already got incredible genetics. So once you sprinkle a little bit of
yeah,
medicine
it's
supplements in
nuts.
there,
It's actually just crazy to be fair. Because sometimes I'm thinking like the whole argument, like, oh, you don't know about your androgen receptors. Like you could be a really good natural, but like you might not respond that well. But I'm seeing all these really good naturals, and I haven't seen a really good natural recently go assisted and not blow up. So,
yeah.
which then makes me think, oh fuck, like if only, um, yeah, he posted this.
What? He's literally. Do you know what it is that I've noticed about it? Like, it was the same with
106 kilos.
what a
Look at the
freak.
back. And the
What the fuck? 7 weeks. That's hilarious.
yeah,
What?
7 weeks not natty. I guess that means natural, right? Natural.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is
Yeah, because you
hilarious.
could probably go back to like 2 weeks. That is so much.
Do you know what? Because it happened with
It's growing
Jack
so
as
much.
well. Jack Kinsley Clough. I've just butchered his name.
Yeah, yeah,
He went assisted, and the difference that I've noticed is just like the fullness is just stupendous.
yeah.
And you just get fuller and fuller and fuller post show, and you look like your composition's just not getting that much worse. That is so stupid. That is
How much is
ridiculous.
growing? Yeah, he's growing so much.
What was his stage weight, I wonder? I bet his stage weight was like 80 something kilos.
Yeah, it was 85.
And he's 106 and he looks like that.
Yeah, he would probably be like 90 now already.
Wild.
Or like maybe 91-ish. Right.
Like, what? My God.
5 weeks. Yeah, that's just
Yeah. It's like that. I don't know his name now. The French dude, the heavyweight. He won
the depth and
WM.
the back is just blown up.
Just, yeah, ridiculous.
I think he's going to be a comment. uh,
Yeah.
that sums it up.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Anyway, now I feel small, but yeah, I think we've covered everything really. I guess when we talk about like, well, one thing I guess we're talking about like the levels of what you can take it naturally. Who would be a good? We showed David K obviously.
I think Doug
Um,
Miller is a good one.
yeah,
That's my personal goat, Doug Miller.
yeah. What was this? Yeah, Doug Winter Pro.
It might be quite hard to maybe find him his
Oh no,
competitive.
he's actually posted a.
But I mean,
Yeah, it's just insane.
yeah,
Else.
just crazy.
Yeah, that's not much.
Yeah, he doesn't. He obviously doesn't compete now.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, he's an amazing bodybuilder. But yeah, I feel like the main thing here is just like if you need to kind of immerse yourself in bodybuilding, follow like the pro natural bodybuilding
Yeah,
circuit,
yeah.
follow a lot of these guys.
You have to believe. You have to believe in it. If you don't believe in it, you're not going to be inspired, and you're going to go assisted, and then you're never going to know what you could have done naturally. Uh,
Yeah,
you know, and this is the thing. Like a lot of people, like Greg Doucette and the other guy that I did a reel on and whatever, like even people that are informed and have experience, you can't say if someone's natural or not if you haven't trained for 20 years naturally, like or at least 10 plus. If you've not done that, you don't know because you haven't seen it firsthand. Because you're not going to trust anyone that's saying they've done that unless you do it firsthand. Because you know in yourself that you've not gone and pinned some steroids into your body. So,
yeah,
like, yeah, these people are never going to really know unless they stick at it. So, yeah, you just got to trust in it, believe in it. Why would people lie? If you're going to lie, it's probably because you're very insecure and you have a bad mindset and you're going to look rubbish. Because like to look like that, assisted is still impressive or like at least decent, and you've still worked hard to do that.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think we've anything else you wanted to say or Do you think we covered most things on the topic?
I think, yeah, I think you've covered that for the most part. I think, um, yeah, I think a lot of people just need to understand that there's probably a level higher than what you think there is in natural bodybuilding. You can build an incredible physique naturally, and don't feel like enhancement is the only way to go. But if it is something that you are considering, make sure you've actually spent years working on your craft a lot,
Mm.
not just, I want to get massive, so this seems like the logical next step. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Summed it up well. Well, yeah, appreciate everyone watching. I'm trying to think of a term like to because last time someone commented peak max in the video because they all said
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. If you've watched
Um,
it, oh, see.
um, so comment Natty for life if you made it to
Natty
this
for
spot.
life. Look at
Natty for
that.
life. Yeah, yeah.
All
Nice.
right.
Well, yeah, appreciate everyone watching, guys. Thank you for all the support. The podcast is going really well at the moment, so do really appreciate it a lot. And yeah, we will see you in another video very soon.